Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Vern's Valley here. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good start to the work week. Or maybe it's not your work week. Maybe it's your weekend. Anyways, today we're going to be deep diving in on today's storm. Today is a very complex system coming out of the Rockies, and we'll get right into it. So, some of you for parts of Minnesota might be experiencing some snow already. As that low pressure system moves in, it will transition to rain as that warm temperatures follow through with that low pressure system moving in. So, anyways, if you like what you watch, like, subscribe, comment, share, leave a feedback. I love anything to help me improve my videos. So, anyways, we'll get into it. We'll be going off the HRRR model today since we'll be doing the day of storms. I won't be using anything else. HRRR is very reliable. I use it all the time, so it's held true to a lot of storms this year, especially the one I chased a few weeks ago. They're all high base storms, so we'll get into it here as we get on into the day. As I said, as you can see, parts of Minnesota here. We'll go into Minnesota. So as you see here, as we get into closer, actually, this is the right one. All right. But yeah, anyways, as we get on into the day, as you can see here, it will be a transition of rain as those temperatures kind of fluctuate between freezing and about 34 or 35 degrees. Then as you can see, this is about 7 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. You can see that line of mixed snow and ice right there, the Mankato, basically a Highway 14 corridor. So basically, let's see here. So I'd say rain majority of the day for a good chunk of the state. And then obviously, as you get closer, those temperatures, the sun goes down, the temps fall, and as you can see, we get that transition to snow and that ice mix right there, that sleet. And then those warm temperatures, as you can see, decide, or if they go to the northeast as that low pressure system, cranks and sweeps through. So as you can see, a bunch of convection down here in the Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma area was a 984 low coming in. So that is a low pressure system that is bringing all the snow, all the precipitation today and tomorrow. It would be a very wild day down in Kansas. If I did not have to work tomorrow, I would have left this morning and I would be there at 2 o'clock this afternoon in Kansas. I would set up the Kansas and Oklahoma border, but yeah, unfortunately, some people got jobs and bills to pay for. But we'll look at the temperature gradient as we go here. As I said, at 40 degrees. So it could just be all rain, even with it saying it being snow. Just because of that temperature. Look at that. It does not go below freezing the entire time. That's some 50s for tomorrow. Even if we do get snow, it'll just melt. Look at that. As you can see, as that low pressure system cooks and sweeps through the United States, we get this warm little retaliation as a low pressure system comes in, and then we kind of squeeze, and you can see that cooler air coming behind it. So quite a cool off for Thursday, Friday. We'll see how much precipitation we're going to get out of this system. Look at that. Bam. So about another inch. Yeah, about another inch for us down here in Mankato, Owatonna, Waseca area. And then up by, what this would be, like Redwood Falls, New Ulm over here, almost 2 inches. Hutch, Nicollet, all this area. Good old Nicollet County. So, pretty good widespread precipitation event, guys. We need it. We need it from mushroom hunting coming up. We need it for severe weather season coming up. We need the ground to have some moisture to help us out with these storms, which doesn't look like it's going to happen for a very long time. So that's about it for Minnesota, guys. I really want to go into Kansas. I want to do a hypothetical if I was chasing today. We'll see how it works out. So that's about it for Minnesota. Some rain, a lot of moisture, a lot of snow for you guys up in northern Minnesota. We'll actually go to, here's the radar right now. Most of you guys experiencing some snow and some rain coming in. We'll go to National. So this is where I go for all of my stuff here. So as of right now, this is the updated snowfall from today until, what is that, Friday? Yeah, through Friday morning. So Mankato ain't getting nothing. Like I said, it'll mostly rain. Even if it does snow for a bit, it'll transition back over to rain. And obviously, if you go outside, the grass is green, starting to get green. Those temps are starting to come up. No snow is going to accumulate anyway. So pretty good swath of that cooler air will be up north. So obviously, you can tell those higher snow totals. Obviously, for like the Morris, St. Cloud, Cambridge, Rice Lake in Wisconsin, that corridor right there is very tricky because wherever the temperature gradient, wherever the rain and snow transition line is, those snow totals could vary a lot. So we'll actually go back over here. I wonder what they say for ice. Yeah, look at that. So back at home, Candy, Ohio, Meeker, St. Cloud area, you'll have to keep a good eye out for those road conditions tomorrow, as the ice will definitely do some damage to those roadways. I wonder what the winds will be like today as well. I know they're supposed to get rowdy. Oh yeah, look at that. 22 knot with a 35, 45 mile, 40 mile an hour wind gust probably. Then you get these little impulses. This is probably 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Excuse me. It feels good. So yeah, about 35 mile an hour winds, 40 mile an hour wind gusts. Just a little higher down here as some storms roll through. But other than that, guys, pretty windy. So April is the windiest time of the month. But anyways, let's transition over to severe weather. We're going to go to check out Kansas and Oklahoma. So first we'll be looking at the dew points because we need moisture, right? We need moisture, instability, and a lifting mechanism. Well, we're going to have moisture today, a lot of it. A lifting mechanism, a low pressure system coming in, and a lot of instability. So we have that warm, moist air on the Kansas-Oklahoma side, and then on the Colorado, New Mexico side, you have that cooler, dry air coming off the Rockies, and all that comes into play, and it creates a unbelievable setup. So, but as we start this morning, we work our way into this evening. You can see this pool of 60-degree dew points coming into Kansas. This will be rocking and rolling this evening, guys. Look at that. It's beautiful. A lot of moisture. A lot of deep moisture coming in from the Gulf of America down towards the Oklahoma-Texas border, the Red River area. I'll show you the temperature gradient, that instability axis there. Look, yeah, you have this surge of nice warm. So basically, guys, if it's too hot, it'll be how do I put this? If the environment is too warm, like this 95 degrees, the storms is too hot. You need the cloud base as low as possible, right? So you need the temperature and the humidity to be as close as possible. So to have 95 degrees, you'd have to have like an 80-degree dew point to have a tornado environment to keep that cloud base low enough. So that's why you come over here to this cooler side, so to speak. This is the warm, moist side. So you have the 75-degree temperature with the 60 to 65-degree dew point. So that is a much better spread for those temperature and dew points for that cloud base to be low enough to produce tornadoes. So let's see here. 21Z, this is 4 p.m. And then as we get on, this is 7 p.m. right before sunset. You can see these temperatures start to cool off a little bit. A little bit of a convection development right here, as you can see with that 66-degree, little mix up there. But yeah, basically, I'll go to the dew points again. We'll too far. Bam. So 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. As you can see, this blob right here that sucks up the humidity right away. That unstable environment. So if I click on this, just below that storm, you can see a probable hazard over here, tornado. Look at that. Look at that photograph. Look at that fucking... Sorry for my language. That is unbelievable. Look at that photograph. A curvature. So basically you go from 0, you see the 1 right here, to the 2. So this is the surface, 0. And then as you go up in the atmosphere, look at that rotation. So as you see over here where my mouse is, 62, 63, oh, that's crazy. A 2-point difference. A 2-point spread, which is unbelievable. The cloud base is still too high, way up there. You want that LCL as low as possible. So that might be an elevated storm, but that's crazy. Those photographs are insane. We'll go over here to the supercell composite because these numbers are off the charts, guys. So it's 8 p.m., 9 p.m. As you can see, that supercell forming right there on the edge. So if I, again, click on that 12 right there, bam, Tor. It's crazy. We'll actually go over here into Oklahoma with a 38 supercell composite. Absolutely crazy. So this one only puts a marginal Tor because of the capping inversion right here, so it's too hot in the upper parts of the atmosphere to allow that air partial to rise. So basically the air partial will rise, stop, and then be done. So as soon as that cap breaks, you will have supercell development. So, but right here, with that supercell fired off right there, the cap is broke. Then obviously we can click on this again and see what it looks like an hour later. Marginal Tor. Yeah, look at that. So basically it's still firing as a storm, but just like the characteristics of a tornado just aren't as probable when the storm first initiates. This is for, what is this? 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Look at that, 60. What is that? 59? That is crazy. A 59. Look at that. You can only go up to 60, I'm pretty sure, on this chart. That is insane. So we'll click on this 59 here, see what it gives us. An absolute insane marginal Tor. So you'll have that with that major capping inversion there. So, you could play the capping version just both ways. I love playing it, but at the same time, a lot of busts happen, but they're very rewarding. If you can get the cap to break, you can have very discrete supercells. And then on setups, if the cap is totally open, there'll just be a whole blob of storms firing up all at once. So the cap is very critical to a lot of storm chasers who like discrete supercell photogenic tornadoes. So, and that's where I'm trying to play at this year, is trying to get a nice photogenic tornado. So as you can see here, 0 kilometer the surface, and then as you go up in the atmosphere, the winds come from the south and they crank over to the northeast, or coming from the northwest, but going to the northeast. So basically to the top here, my mouth is north, south, and west and east. So those winds crank to the northeast. And then if you come over here, you can see the winds change as you go up in the atmosphere. So you have that insane rotation right there from the 0 to 3 kilometer in the atmosphere. And then you can correlate that 0 to 3 kilometer over here on the left-hand side. You see the 0 kilometer right here. And then as you go up, this is the 3 kilometer right here. So in this 0 to 3 kilometer, there is an insane amount of rotation. You know, winds come from the south, and as you go up, they crank. So you have that twist. So, and then with the upper winds right here, from the 4 to, let's say, is it 13 kilometers? They're coming from the west, strong westerlies, like 60, 70 knot westerlies. That is cranking the precipitation, the moisture away from the supercell, which will give it a lot of ventilation. So if you don't have good ventilation on a supercell, basically if you don't have enough wind to carry it away, it'll just fall back into the storm, and then it'll eventually it will kill the storm because when that precipitation comes back down, it cools off everything, right? So eventually that storm will get cut by the cold and then just die. Because as soon as it starts to ingest cool air, it's over with. Like, obviously, cool air doesn't rise, warm air rises. So you need that fast, warm air to keep going. So as long as that precipitation, that rain curtain, that rain shaft, the forward flank downdraft is away from the actual updraft of the storm, this can stay alive for a very long time, and that's why the SPC has issued a 15% hatch for today. Oh, they expanded it. Look at that. Before it was just Kansas. They just updated a little bit ago. Now it includes the old Oklahoma City area and all the big majority of Kansas, eastern part of Kansas. So I'm here. You guys don't have to read this, but those like I was saying, those 500 millibars really come into play, but also the low-level jet, which they're really talking about right here, the 50 to 70 knot low-level jet, just cranking in that moisture as we get progressively closer to sunset today. And then, it's supposed to get absolutely, look at this. Most significant convection development seems most probable during the mid to late evening. So right before sunset, it could be a crazy evening tonight. So I just wanted to go over that real quick, guys. Like I said, you need a lot of moisture, a lot of instability, and today we are going to have it. So let's see what this pulls up. What do we have here? New run available. Yeah. Am I on it? Come on. Oh, whatever. Oh, now it's not working. Never mind. Sometimes Pivotal is a little finicky with so many people using it. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over pretty much everything that was going to happen today. Gonna deep dive in real quick what the next week will kind of look like. But real quick, I just want one last thing. I never showed composite. Look at that. Cluster of supercells, especially that southern one in Oklahoma. That's the most discrete. Look at that. PDS Tor. Absolutely phenomenal. So if I was going today, guys. Oh, now it puts. That is absolutely. Hold on here. I'm a little flabbergasted because now it's putting a supercell right there. Man, oh man, this is going to be an insane setup for today, guys. This is not good. Not good at all. Lone supercell. Look at that. I hope we don't have another El Reno. God, good lord. Yeah, that's going to be dangerous today. So I guess if I was going, I would have left last night with this new HRRR model. I'd be sitting up right in northern Oklahoma. I'd be right on the I-35 corridor so I can rip north or south. That's what I'd be doing. But look at that. That supercell drifts out to the northeast. Long track supercell, guys. Look at that. It starts at 21Z. It's 4 p.m. And as we get on, a little too far. As we get on, look at that. This is 0Z. So 4 p.m. This is 7 p.m. That's been on the ground for 3 hours. So today is a very dangerous day for Kansas and Oklahoma. But if I was going, I'd be sitting right on the I-35 corridor in Oklahoma, waiting for this prime area. That's absolutely insane. Today is not going to be good. Not good at all, guys. Good for me, not good for the folks of Kansas and Oklahoma. So anyways, we'll go to the inaccurate GFS and forecast what this week's going to look like. Looks a little bumpy. So this is the big low pressure system coming through right now, Wednesday. This is going into Thursday morning. And then as we get into this weekend, let's see what goes on here. Another big storm complex down to the southeast. Place is just getting hammered this year. As you can see, that high pressure system sets up right over Minnesota. So basically the winds will look at that. We'll get all that Arctic air again. So basically the winds come down from Canada, and then they swing around. Right? Am I doing? No, I'm doing it the wrong way. Winds come down from this way. The high pressure system goes like this. Low pressure system goes like this. So this low pressure system's cranking cooler air, and this high pressure system's taking that cooler air and wrapping around this. So, anyways, we'll get on with it. High pressure system moves out. These cooler anomalies stick around for a week or so, below average, and then as we get into the middle of April, you can see that this warm gradient start to come back. So I like to see that. Low pressure system could be cranking in all this moisture and bringing it up to Minnesota, hopefully. Look at that, some more rain. Pardon me if you hear my cat. Rue likes to come hang out every once in a while. Let's look how much moisture we'll get for the next 10 days. Bam, look at that. A couple inches from Minnesota, but look down there. Over a foot. Over a foot. Almost that is insane. Over a foot of rain. For those poor folks down in Illinois, Missouri, oh my goodness, Indiana, Ohio. Just a big swath. As you can see, majority of the severe weather will be happening in this corridor, guys. Absolutely incredible. But anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I just want to go briefly about today. Deep dive, some snow, some rain, severe weather down south. I would be definitely down there if I didn't have to work tomorrow. Hopefully, by the grace of God, I'll have a severe weather event that come up with a week or two where I don't have to work. So stay tuned, guys. We'll stay updated as we progressively get to another storm system. Yeah. Have a good day, guys.